Hey, Shenhua.
Yeah?
I think we should split up and look for the bookie. I'll search from here to the village square. You go from the village square to the next settlement.
Got it. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we've separated from Shenhua for the time being, and we'll just investigate on our own. So, we'll use this opportunity to explore the Tao Get store, because it wasn't open yesterday, so we'll go in there and have a look around. It's the shop that we passed. Lots of interesting things here. For starters, at the window, there's herb maps.
Get rich quick? Are herbs really worth that much? Guess I'll take it.
So yes, if you're looking for herbs, these maps will help you find all of them.
Guess I'll take it.
And yes, this is the shop. It's got lots of stuff in here. Lots of stuff you can look at.
I wonder if the arrow on the shirt means something.
I get the feeling that line of dialogue wasn't supposed to be on this bottle. It's not a shirt. There's no arrow on it. So yeah, you can look at lots of stuff. It's I guess lots of...
There's a bug inside. Is it medicinal?
Yeah, lots of stuff to look at. Jars of stuff, bottles, old jars of alcohol, I guess. Lots and lots of stuff to look at. So, yeah, again, this is like another weird attention to detail this game has. Just like the old games, you can just look at all the objects, look at all the drawers, none of which has any real... None of it has any real like impact on the game.
This one is interesting.
It's all just extra stuff, just for extra detail and world building.
The bottle's a bit strange looking.
You bet it does. There is lots of stuff that you can just sort of examine closely. There's stuff you can highlight and stuff you can sort of zoom in on. And Hazuki will comment on it.
So many
but there's not that many lines of dialogue for him looking at stuff. He'll just say like as you can see here, it's just saying there are so many offerings. And he says that for like most of the objects. But anyway, yeah. I won't subject you to all of these. I'll fast forward a little bit.
There's a snake. A snake wine?
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
There are so many offerings. What the heck is this?
Just a random tiki mask here. Yeah. The snake wine's a real thing, by the way. Like, they just put a live snake inside a bottle of alcohol and let it ferment, and then that's a snake wine. That's a thing people drink. It's so weird. Fucking weird-ass Chinese cultures. So weird. It's okay. I can say that because I'm Chinese.
Is this a tool for testing eyesight?
I'm pretty sure that's a spoon, Hazuki.
What's this? A duck?
That is not a duck, Hazuki. How do you not know what a duck is? You've owned a duck. You had a duck in Shenmue 2. You should know what one is by now.
Surprised to see this in China too.
The amount of time I spent browsing and looking at all these stupid items, you'd think someone by now would have come up to me and be all like, can I help you, sir? But yeah, I guess that's not happening. We'll just leave Hazuki to browse and stuff. You know the main reason like retail staff do that and go up to you and ask can they help you is to disincentivize people from stealing things? Because then the people are made aware that staff and the shop owners are actually watching them. That's the main reason. It's not just so that they can like help people. It's just to disincentivize people from actually nicking stuff in the shop. Anyway, over here you can see there's like move scrolls and stuff on display, but you can't look at them. You can buy move scrolls, but we won't be buying too many of them, which I'll explain later. But over here, holy crap, weapons! Let's just get a crossbow and shoot Landy. That'll show him. Anyway, we've looked at pretty much everything in this shop, so let's speak to Tao, Uncle Tao.
Hi there.
I've heard about you. You're Shenhua's friend, aren't you?
The name's Hazuki.
Oh, you look strong.
A
young man like you needs his snake power.
It's a bottle of snake power. Why this?
Deadly snake venom fermented for 3 months. It's just one of the medicines that'll help you in battle. It'll fix you up good.
I see, I think.
I always sell it here at my shop, in case you forget.
So yes, here's the shop.
Excuse me.
What is it?
Let's buy some stuff.
I'm here to shop.
What do you need?
So there are various shops in the game where you can buy lots of stuff. Here's the Snake Power. Snake Power is basically a mid-heal item. It's a healing potion, but it is quite expensive, so I don't normally buy it. You can buy move scrolls, but they're also quite expensive here. And there's lots of other things you can buy, including food. And here is a can of orange drink. And this leads to my first big complaint about the game, is that there are no more functional vending machines. So that thing I could do in the old games where you could buy a can at the vending machine and enjoy a 20-second animation of Ria Hazuki slowly drinking the can and going, ah, good, at the end. That is now gone. So
What is it?
feel free to unsubscribe from my channel,
I hear
dislike
I can
this
earn some
video,
money here.
and cancel me on
If you're
social media
chopping,
because
I'm
that's gone, I'm
paying.
afraid. I can't show that.
Chopping wood?
Yeah. Will you do it?
So here's a nice little part-time job you can do. Chopping wood.
That's it.
It's a very simple...
Yeah.
well, don't do that. Very simple
That's
game. Just tapping the A button over the piece of wood. It's a nice relaxing little game.
Good.
Until the afterburner music kicks in. Yeah,
Perfect.
if you do well, the music changes. It kind of hypes you up. But yeah, it's a nice little mini game. Just a nice little way of earning money. It's probably the most reliable way of earning money. And probably the most convenient, because it's quite quick. It doesn't take that long. It's just a little game you play for a short while and you get some small amount of money from it. Which is nice, you know, it's just another way of earning the money. And as I mentioned before, money will probably be quite important as you need to get food a lot.
That's it.
So you'll probably be doing this a fair amount.
Perfect.
But yeah, I like this little mini game. It's a nice little
Good.
mundane task that fits right into Shenmue, really. I remember, like, early
it.
footage of this game came out and they showed the wood chopping, and I was like, oh my god, they've got wood cutting, and
That's
the
it.
fact that I was excited for something incredibly monotonous in a Shenmue game just kind of speaks volumes about it. It is kind of funny that the guy just kind of stands there watching you the whole time. You'd think he'd use this time to mind the shop.
Well done. Yes.
So yeah, the better your timing is, the more log split you get, whatever that means, and yeah, the more money you get paid, so...
Impressive. I know it's not much, but here, take it.
Well, that'll do for now.
No, I'm good.
Well, I ain't forcing you to do anything. The job will be waiting for you.
So yeah, there's a new way of earning money, a part-time job chopping wood. And there's lots of other ways of earning money. I feel like money's a lot more important in this game than it was in the older games, because you have to spend quite a bit of money buying food in order to sustain yourself. Of course, if you do lots of training and other activities, that burns through your stamina, and you need to replenish that stamina with lots of food. So you end up using up a lot of money on food. So again, it's important to make sure you keep enough money on you. So yeah, this time you're not just spending all your money on capsule toys, although we're obviously still going to do that.
Zhu Xiong?
What is it, Rio?
Do you know a bookie with a scar on his face?
Ah, right. The pale toss guy. I'd never forget that mug of his.
Thanks. Hi,
Oh,
Zhu
no,
Xiong.
hang on.
Good timing,
I tried to
bud.
open my notebook, but
I
pressing
was
the
just
X button
starting
next
get
to a person
bored. Let's spar.
interacts with them instead. So yeah, no, I didn't want to spar.
Now's not a good time.
Wow, way to kill my buzz. Oh well, next time.
Sorry.
I do like this character. He's got a good design to him. In fact, I think most of the NPCs have pretty good designs to them.
I need help with something.
Yeah?
I'm looking for a man with a big scar on his face.
Did he get hurt?
Who knows?
I don't know him.
Okay then. Excuse me.
What is it?
Do you know a bookie with a scar on his face?
I don't like to associate with people like that.
I understand.
I was thrilled when my no-good husband finally found work, only to see him blow his earnings on nonsense. If only he were more like Zhang. He lets his wife put his winnings back into the shop.
I see.
Maybe it wouldn't hurt to talk to him. I'm sure he knows something about this bookie you're after.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
Yep, so Zhang Min knows about bookies, I guess. He's the old man. Let's speak to him again.
Excuse me. Do you know a bookie with a scar on his face?
Who's that now?
I'm looking for a bookie with a scar on his face.
Oh, you mean the man who runs the pail toss? You should never judge a book by its cover. That man just looks crooked. Be careful not to get cheated.
Got it. Thanks a lot.
Alright, so I guess he's a rather suspicious character. Before we go and meet him, let's speak to Zhang Min's wife.
Hello and welcome. Oh, did you come alone today?
Yes. Do you know a bookie with a scar on his face?
Shh. My husband will hear you.
What?
He's a gambler at heart, but I'm trying to reel him in. I won't let him start playing again. At least, not on my watch. That topic is off limits here.
Sorry to bother you.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I kind of already spoke to him about it. Oh well. Time for him to relapse into his horrible gambling problem. So, yeah, I guess we'll just head on over to the Pail Toss Man. Over here, next to the Lucky Hit Man, there is another game, Pail Toss. So, yep, there he is.
Excuse me.
Hey there, lad. How about a game?
A scarred face. This must be the guy.
Huh? You say something?
There's something I want to ask.
So what? You're not here to play?
I'm looking for someone who's seen those thugs.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Where can I find him?
I'll tell you after we play.
Okay.
Lately, I'm not as good as I used to be. Why don't we let our throws do the talking?
A challenge, huh?
Yeah. Beat me and I'll tell you. How about it?
So, this is a little bit weird, because this man runs the Pail Toss. He says, let's have our throws do the talking. And he challenges you. So you think, okay, I have to beat him at Pail Toss. But no. You have to fight him.
Let's do this.
You have to fight him in actual combat, because he's apparently a Kung Fu master. And apparently, it's just weird, because the dialogue doesn't indicate that at all. I thought he was going to do Pail Toss. Instead, he's just like a Kung Fu guy. He can just beat you up. Damn, that looks like that hurt. But he's hurting me a lot more.
Too bad, kiddo. Yeah, Kung Fu's a little lacking. Go train at Marshall Hall and we'll start over.
Right, Marshall Hall.
Right, so, yeah, normally he's not actually that difficult. But I have put the game into hard mode, so yeah, we'll probably need to level up a bit more before we can take him on. I mean, I guess it's possible, it's just gonna be a pain in the ass, and it's probably just easier if we just train normally. So we'll head on over to Marshall Hall. It is possible just to beat him straight away and then progress with the story. But I guess we'll put our little story thing on hold for now and go to Marshall Hall. It's getting late anyway, so I guess we could sort of wind up for the day.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah?
Have you heard of a place called Marshall Hall?
What's a Marshall Hall?
So you don't know it?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I need your help. I'm looking for Marshall Hall.
Sure don't.
Okay, thanks. See you later.
What? Where's Marshall Hall? Sure don't. So yes, at the moment our Kung Fu level isn't strong enough to defeat the bookie. So let's head on over to Marshall Hall and do some training.
Looks like I can practice horse dance here. Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
So once you see one of these little posts,
Horse
you
dance,
can do
huh?
the horse dance,
Maybe
which
I'll
is a
give it
little
a
mini
shot.
game to increase your endurance. It's a simple mini game. All you do is tap the A button and align your arms with the little guideline. So let's do it. Alright, so yeah, you just tap the A button and as each tap makes Ryohazuki go down a little bit. Ryohazuki's like slowly standing up if you leave him alone, so you have to sort of constantly tap the A button at an even pace in order to keep your stance level. And the more level you keep it, the higher the little bar at the bottom goes up, and as you level up, your horse stance improves. So this is to improve your stamina. Endurance level increases your stamina level, so the more you do this, the more health you'll get, basically. So you kind of have to do this a lot in order to get more health. And it's just a very, very, very repetitive game. Which, again, I don't mind. Like, this looks incredibly boring, I'm sure, but actually, I quite like this. This actually ties into the idea of martial arts training, which is, in real life, very repetitive. You might think, okay, this is boring as hell, why would they make a game like this? But I still think this is a lot better than Shenmue 1, where the only way of training was to go into an empty car park and just do the commands over and over again. Which I thought was even more boring. This actually makes a lot more sense, and feels more natural as well. Here's another thing you can do.
I could practice my 1-inch punch. Sure, I'll give it a shot. 1-inch punch. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
So yes, when you see one of these posts with the weird tiki mask on it, you can practice your 1-inch punch. Again, a very simple minigame. You just tap the A button with the right timing in order to do the punch good. So yeah, quite a simple minigame. The 1-inch punch, of course, is the kung fu technique popularized by Bruce Lee. It involves punching from a very short distance. The more you do the 1-inch punch, the better it becomes. And this, again, is to increase your endurance, which is overall to increase the amount of health you have. And again, a very repetitive minigame, but one I feel like makes a lot of sense in the context of kung fu training in this game. So yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. You get a lot of feedback from the training as well. You know exactly how much you're leveling up by, you know how much you need to do in order to increase your next level, that kind of thing. Whereas in, you know, it's a lot more than it was in the previous games, that's for sure. And it can be quite fun trying to get the timing down.
Maybe I'll practice some more.
And as you can see, doing both that and the horse dance wasn't even enough to level up my endurance level by 1. So yeah, you're gonna have to do this a lot. You're not gonna learn kung fu overnight. This is like, you have to commit to this training, man. This is real training, just like in real life, you know. This is what kung fu is all about. It's about training. Remember the 4 Wudu? Well, no, I don't. I've kind of forgotten one of them, but one of them was about practice. Always practice without neglect. Shenmue 2 taught you that. It's always good to remember those important lessons that they gave you. Anyway, I'll fast forward a bit, and yeah, eventually, level up 1 inch punch enough to increase my endurance to level 2. And that's enough to increase your health by a small amount. But we'll call it a night there.
Never mind. It's gotten so dark. Maybe I should head back to Shenhua's house.
So yes, just like in the old games, once it passes 7 o'clock, you get a little cutscene that shows that, yes, it's officially nighttime. And you get a little cutscene showing all the streetlights turning on and stuff, which is neat. It's a nice little throwback to Shenmue 1. Also, it's raining now, and you can notice the weather effects, which has sort of made everything look wet. Which looks alright, actually. The rain itself isn't that great, but the wetness effect is quite good. Oh, and also you can notice how much training has reduced our stamina. And once again, we're eating into our food supply in order to replenish our stamina, so... yeah, we gotta buy some more food tomorrow. Hungry work, man.
This is a name tag from one of the students here. Shren Shan Sun. What's a bookie's name doing on one of these cards?
Shren Shen Sun.
Hmm?
Shen Sun was another who traveled a great distance to train here.
The bookie who runs the pail toss game?
Indeed. He even earned the rank of second Duan at Martial Hall. I don't know where he went wrong, but he's been reduced to a lowly, ruined bookie now.
I had no idea.
Sadly, his passion and drive left him.
So yeah, there's a little story thing you might miss if you beat the bookie without coming here. If you beat the bookie first time and you don't have to come to Martial Hall to train, you missed a little cutscene that indicates that yes, he used to train at Martial Hall, but then he sort of abandoned going there.
Excuse me.
Here to train? Have you come to spar or fight one of the monks? Which will it be? I have the perfect sparring partner for you. This is Red Tiger. You may start immediately.
So we'll do some sparring, just to round out the day. Again, nice little practice. The other thing you also notice is that the bookie is second Duan, which is sort of the game's way of hinting, okay, this is the level you need to be in order to beat the guy. You need to be like the second rank. Which isn't too hard to do, honestly. I guess I'll use this time to explain about the combat system a little bit more. As you can see, pressing button commands initiates the moves. Some moves are good at different things. Some moves are good for like counter-attacking. Other moves are sort of meant as like slow, powerful moves. Kind of hard to use those ones. You have to find a good time to use it. Now, one thing that is bad about this combat system is that there are no more throw moves. Throw moves were taken out of the game entirely because I couldn't implement them. Which means there is no more Machine Gun Fist, which was my favourite move from Shenmue 2. But, as a Kickstarter backer, I got a different move. Chained Fist. Which is basically a flurry of punches really fast, which is kind of like Machine Gun Fist. So it's like punch, 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 punch. Which is a pretty neat move, but again, another one that's quite hard to use. And it's not quite the same as the Machine Gun Fist, but I guess it'll have to do. Considering it's an exclusive Kickstarter backer move, I guess I'll just make the most out of it. Another thing I don't like about the combat system is there's no parrying system. So the counter elbow assault, which was a really good parry move and one that was important for defeating Dou at the end of Shenmue 2, no longer acts as a parry. It's just a normal move now, and it's not even that good of a move. I mean, it's quite powerful, but it doesn't have the really cool counter-attack feature that it used to have, so it's like, what's the point?
Come back anytime. I'll be waiting.
So yeah, I do kind of like the new combat system. I do like how it's better for fighting multiple opponents, but I feel like if without stuff like throws or parrying and stuff like that, then, you know, against one-on-one opponents, it's just not as good, I don't think. I mean, it's still fun. I'm just not, you know, I think the older system was better in some ways. So yeah, if they can expand on that with parrying and stuff, then it'll be a really good fight system. As you can see, I'm collecting herbs on the way back to Shenhua's house, and this is kind of why I don't like using the jump feature, because you kind of miss out on stuff like this. Also, I just wanted to show off, in the options menu, there's a little feature called Zoom, and if you turn it on, it does nothing except turn on the little crosshairs on first-person view mode, and I don't know why that's in the game. It just makes a little, like, viewfinder appear in your first-person vision, like you're a robot, or you're looking through a camera viewfinder. It's just really weird. It's just... I don't know why it's in the game. It doesn't make you zoom in anymore, it's just distracting. It's not like you have to aim at anything with the crosshairs, it's just weird. Anyway, let's just go home for the night. It's getting late.
Shenhua,
What is it, Liao?
Shuren mentioned a bookie.
Yes, with a scar on his face.
Right. Well, he saw that guy in the village square.
He did? And then what happened?
I didn't get that far.
Oh, I see.
He mentioned that he saw the guy,
Okay.
but he couldn't tell me much more.
Well, that's our only lead so far.
You're right. I'll have to get more out of Shuren somehow.
Don't do anything reckless, okay?
I won't.
Yes, you
There
will.
are some bad people among the bookies. You should keep your distance.
I'll be fine. Don't worry. I'll find out what the story is. Trust me.
Okay.
So one of the things you can do each evening is speak to Shenhua. And she actually has quite a lot of dialogue between her and Rie Hazuki. Oh, gotta remember to take off our shoes on the mat.
Hey, Shenhua.
What is it, Liao?
It gets really quiet at night, doesn't it?
And pitch black once the sun sets. You shouldn't go out after dark.
Good point. There aren't any streetlights out here either.
Everyone turns in early, too. Well, aside from Sunset Hill, it's always busy out there.
Really? What's the attraction out there?
The bars that open up at night.
There are bars in the village?
Sure are. That's where all the adults go to drink and talk. Loudly. Do you want to go see it for yourself?
Okay. I'll check it out.
I'll go with you when you do.
You will? Alright.
Say, Liao,
Yeah?
tell me about where you were born.
You want to know about Yokosuka?
If that's where you were born, then yes.
Yeah. I was born there.
What's it like?
So yeah, there's a lot of dialogue options here when she speaks to you. I'm not going to show off all of them because there's quite a lot of dialogue options, but they're all pretty good.
Talking about Yokosuka reminds me of my friends.
The people you told me about on the way here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. There was Goro, the punk.
Right.
Tom, the hot dog vendor.
Right again. You've got a good memory.
And Harasaki, the photo lady.
Huh? Oh, right. I showed you her photo.
Yes, she's pretty.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, you could say that.
He's just remembering how photogenic he looks in that photo.
Hey, Shenhua.
And cringing.
What is it, Liao?
What's your father like?
He's rather strict, I think.
You think?
Yes, but I can tell it's all because he loves me so much.
I know what you mean. My father was the same way.
He's also my teacher. I learned a great deal from him.
Your teacher? How so?
He taught me all about the mountains, the animals, and the Lijiang River. He taught me everything I needed to know to survive in Guilin.
Wow. He sounds like a good father.
There was one thing I taught him, though.
Oh yeah? What's that?
How to cook. I'm way better at it.
Oh, I see. I can't argue there. Everything you've made has been delicious.
He did the cooking when I was little, but I've taken over for him.
Oh yeah?
He'd get this sour look on his face and say, "Wish I could chisel half as good as you cook." Say, Liao,
Yeah?
What was your father like?
He was... He was pretty tough. As a father, I mean.
Just pretty tough?
He was really strict around the house. But I could tell he really cared about me.
He sounds pretty similar to my father.
Yeah. We lost my mother when I was young.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, he probably felt he had to put that much more care into raising me.
He must have been a nice person.
I never thought of him as a nice father. But it's different now.
Are you okay?
Hmm?
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Hey, Shenhua.
What is it, Liao?
I've been thinking about Yuan.
What about him?
What was the drawing of the mirror in his room?
I have no idea.
Did he ever tell you anything about it?
Not a thing. I'd never even seen it before. He always told me never to touch his work desk.
I see. The pattern on his mirror, the phoenix mirror, and the carving in the cave. They've got to be connected somehow.
I think you're right. They could also be linked to his disappearance.
We should ask around for more information about your father.
Good idea. Say, Liao,
Yeah?
one more question about your father.
Go ahead.
What did he do?
He ran the Hazuki dojo.
So he was a martial arts instructor?
Yeah, a tough one. His students feared him.
Did he scare you too?
Yeah, of course. But he'd get even more mad if I showed fear. So I tried to hide it.
Is that so?
That was when I was younger, though. I don't get scared anymore.
Oh no?
No, absolutely not. Hey, Shenhua.
We've got an early morning ahead of us, Liao. Why don't you head on to bed?
All right, then.
So yeah, every evening you get to speak with Shenhua about various topics. They're nice, fun conversations, honestly, and the more you speak to her, the more, like, their relationship grows. There is actually, like, an in-game measure of their relationship. Like, they'll start referring to each other on more friendlier terms if you speak to each other quite often in the evenings. I mean, obviously nothing happens between them. Not sorry to get your hopes up, but yeah, it's similar to, like, the thing with Fang Mei in a way. You get sort of more interactions with her the more you talk to her. So yeah, it's getting quite late, so we'll just head to bed. Once it hits 11 o'clock, you'll automatically teleport straight to bed because you can't really stay up that late. I'll show off what these drawers are later. I was going to show them off now, but I realised how late it was, so I was going, never mind, time for sleep. I'm friggin' tired. So, we'll just save the game there and turn it in for the night. So, yeah, have a good night, everyone. See you all tomorrow.